Hi, this is Julianne, and welcome to this very quick tutorial on how to use the Dining Review notebook. So this is one of my newer notebooks that just came out, and it's one that it's a lot of fun if you're somebody who likes to go out and try new places. Maybe you have a challenge where you want to do maybe a diner in every city or a diner in every state, or you want to try all the different coffee shops in your area. It's fun if you've got some kind of collection that you want to do, and this notebook will allow you to do up to 10 reviews of different places that you've gone to. So it's all hyperlinked, and we're going to be tabbing through it right now using my highlighting tool. So this is the Quick Notes page. So if you hit the Home tab, you'll wind up here on this Quick Notes page. This page is just a place for you to jot down things. So say you're in a conversation with a friend and they tell you about a restaurant. You can jot down the name here so that you don't have to worry about trying to log it in somewhere. These are just quick notes to grab ideas without having to go further into your notebook to find a place like a notes page. So this is right here, right at the very beginning of your notebook. And again, it's only one page back from the cover. So if you just hit the cover, you could get right here, or you can click the Home tab. On this page, as in almost all my notebooks, I include my email address. So anytime you want to reach out to me, you have a question, you have a comment, my emails are right here. This is a link to the Etsy shop. This is a link to my website. And here is a link to a place on my website where I do how-tos. So things like how to add your own fonts to GoodNotes, how to cover up labels that maybe you don't want. Maybe you want to put the name of the restaurant here instead of the number 1. I show you how to do that in the tutorials over in my website. So that's a link right to those tutorials. So that's what you get when you click the home page. There's just a little bit of a welcome letter, some copyright notice, and then this notebook is formatted for the Hub Notebook system. So if you're interested in that, what the Hub Notebook system is it's a way of combining notebooks. So you can take this entire notebook and combine it with another notebook in a Hub system. So all your tabs will stay the same, but instead of going to different tabs along here, you can be within the same notebook and go to and jump back and forth to different notebooks. So there's a tutorial on what that's all about, and you can get a free 2-subject Hub Notebook to try it out just by going to the website and downloading it there. So that's there. And then there's this tutorial, which is what we're recording right now. And then just a kind of a welcome letter, again, talking a little bit about how to use the journal. And then we get into the favorites. So if you were to hit the favorites tab, you would wind up here. So let's just do real quick. So Home tab is your Quick Notes. Favorites tab is to the restaurants you've already discovered that you really like and you want to maybe go back to. You want to make them a regular. So the name of the restaurant, the city where you're in if you tend to travel, and just some notes, maybe what you really liked, what you ate that day, or what was the really great dessert you had there, or something like that. So just any notes, or where to find it, or who told you about it. Just a quick notes page, and you can make copies of that as needed if you have multiple favorites, but this will allow you to get started. So that's what you get when you click on the favorites tab. And then there's a notes page. So if you click on the notes tab, here are notes pages. These are blank. Originally I was going to put lines in them, but I left them blank, and we'll talk a little bit more about that later, but you might want to be putting pictures in here, so I didn't want to clutter it up with lines. Then if you were to go to the stickers tab, this is just if you have favorite stickers that you like to use over and over again, you could save them on this page and have quick reference without having to go to a separate sticker notebook. So this is just a blank spot for you to drop in stickers that you would like to use. Then if you were to click the index tab here, that will take you to this page here. These are all hyperlinked to the corresponding tabs right there. So you can put the name of the restaurant here so you know which restaurant you're talking about. You could have a plan, so say maybe you've looked up a couple different diners, you're going to do a road trip, and you've looked up a couple different places you want to make sure that you hit on that road trip. You can pre-populate these names so you know where to store the review when you get to that restaurant. So that's a place, that's how to use this, is you can write down the name of the restaurant and then it'll tab through. So here are your tabs. So if you were to click on the one, or if you were to click on this first here, it's going to take you to this review page, and each review has several pages. So first it's just identifying the restaurant. So where are you? What's the date, the city, what type of cuisine? Are you at an Italian restaurant? Are you at a diner? Are you at a cafe? Are you at a Greek restaurant? Whatever, you can put your cuisine type here. And then if your wait staff is somebody who's kind of outstanding and worth remembering, you can even put their name right there. So it's kind of fun if you had a really great waiter that really made the experience fun. And then a little bit about who was with you. So if you were doing this, maybe it's a family road trip and you want to talk about who's with you and maybe their ages at the time, anything you want to remember about kind of the experience a little bit. And then how did you discover this restaurant cafe? Did you stumble across it? Did someone recommend it to you? Did you ask a local and they told you this is the best place to go, or you read a review? So how did you get to this restaurant? Why were you here? And then the next page is the occasion. So you may or may not have had occasion. Occasion might be a road trip, a family road trip, but it may have been a special birthday, or you were just, on this quest, this challenge to eat 10 new places this year, something like that. So a little bit about the occasion. And then if you are creative and you're talkative, what's the story behind this restaurant cafe? You may have read a review or you may have read up on the restaurant before you went there, but it's always fun to get the story right from if the owner is there or somebody who's been a waiter there for a long time. It's fun to get the story behind the restaurant. So that's what this page is trying to capture, your experience. It's not just going and eating the food, it's about the whole restaurant itself and why you were there. And then we have the actual ranking page. So on this page, you're going to talk about different things like the restaurant itself. Was it clean? What was the ambiance like? The service, the menu selections. These are, again, just totally up to you. How do you feel about it? And then the actual food, so the presentation, the aroma, the taste, the value. And then down here, your overall experience of the restaurant, how it compared to similar restaurants of the same, cuisine or just in general, and would you go back again, and would you recommend it to others? So those are your review pages. So then if you continue on, you have the journal page, which again, I thought about putting lines and decided not to because I wanted you to be able to drop pictures in. So if you have maybe a picture of you and your family eating there, or maybe the wait staff or the owners, or maybe your entree, this was a chance to put all different things in. And again, you can take your camera, take a picture right from your iPad, or you can use your camera roll. So either way is acceptable. You could certainly I would just take a picture right with your iPad, and then it'll be in your camera roll, and then you can just drag it down into your actual picture. So that's why I purposely did not put lines on here. And all the tabs are the same, but what you'll notice here is this number changes so that you know which one you're on. So if we switch over to our tool and you pick 3, you'll see it's a 3, 4, you'll see the 4. So that way you always know which tab you're on. It's just a quick reference. And then at any time you can go back to your index too, so that you can see the actual names of the restaurants that you're going to be reviewing, because it's easier to look up that way in the index. So that's why you have a quick link there. So that is the tutorial. Have some fun. Go out and challenge yourself to fill this notebook in this year. Go find 10 new places that you haven't been. Again, use cafes if you want as a theme, or diners as a theme, or best Italian cuisine and you're traveling all around, whatever it is. I really encourage you to have some fun with this and really explore those mom and pop type shops and the places that are really family owned and different, totally different. So enjoy it, and I'll talk to you next time.